Awaken to hair growth. Awaken to hair growth because there is possibility to get your hair back. Awaken to hair growth because we're not told that we're able to conquer and overcome alopecia. Awaken to hair growth because I want to be a positive light and beacon for you because I've healed my alopecia and now I help others do the same with different types of alopecia, men, women, children of all ages, of all races and ethnicities. Welcome everybody to the Alopecia Angel podcast. I am your host, Johanna Dahlman. And this week's podcast episode, we are talking to Kate. Kate is currently in my program and she's doing the Hair and Heal program in week 3. Well, not even week 3, it was like week 2.5. She already started to see tons of hair growth. And Kate shares her story. She also shares many things, but she abruptly got alopecia areata. She has over 10, 15 different spots all over her head. And the amazing part is, well, I don't want to spoil it. So let me just go ahead and get you right into it. Let's go back to when we had our consultation call.
Yeah.
Because I recall on that consultation that you were very hesitant. I recall that you were not wanting to do this, but at the same time, something in you said, I'm going to do this. And next thing I knew, we were speaking and we were already on our group coaching call. So what was it that said to you, like, I need to join?
I think it was just maybe fear, but like the holding me back, but in that sense of just not knowing you yet, not knowing what it involved, just that sense of just stepping into, but maybe the fear was mostly about what was happening to my hair. I remember you asking me if I had questions and me being a bit like, I just don't know I just didn't know what I was doing. But I think I just really needed, I think so you said something in that call about providing a guide and just needing like guidance, basically. I just needed someone to say, you know what, do this, of all the things that you could be doing, just do this. And so when we started and I got your list of recommendations and then, I was just like, okay. Although obviously I was completely bewildered to begin with the diet and everything, like I had no idea what I was doing, but at least I had a plan, that was it. So you gave me a plan.
The results show for it because now we're like 2 weeks in, 3 weeks in. What week are you on?
Friday will be week 3.
Less than 3 weeks. You went to the dermatologist how long ago? 2 days ago?
I went on Monday.
Yeah, 2-3 days ago. And now you have so much hair growth. So tell us all about this hair growth because I'm so excited for you.
So on Monday, that was just a follow-up because 6 weeks prior to that, this was before I contacted you, I'd gone to the dermatologist, referral from my doctor, and they prescribed the steroid cream. So which I used for a few weeks. I think I told you this in the intake call. I used for a couple of weeks, but like with kind of lots of misgivings and feeling like that probably wasn't going to help, but my hair was still falling. This was a follow-up appointment, and I thought even though I've stopped taking the steroids, maybe it's worth going because I could feel like what I have left. So basically like 50% is gone, but what I have left is like I can tug it now. So I thought I'd just go get him to check that as do a professional tug, because that would make me feel good. Like that's been a significant change. And he did. And then on Sunday, I think I spotted like here, like just some white hair and like maybe in the light, like a few above. But I was like, no, I doubted it. And anyway, my son was like, yeah, no, I can see some, Mom. And he looked and apparently there's regrowth. So it's very tiny, fine white hairs at the moment. But I think that's how it starts.
It does start that way. And then it turns into color because of the melanin, which you have darker hair. So that'll come in here shortly. But that's the beginning is the white hair. That's the beginning. Yeah. So good for you. And this is less than 3 weeks. And we've already tackled your blood sugar lows. We've tackled your hair loss and it's all coming together. This is huge.
It is amazing. Honestly, on Monday when I emailed you, I was like crying my eyes out. The only reason I'm not is because, Joanna, I'm in, it's like 9 p.m. It's my bedtime. It just feels like just that, what you said, like that desire to heal, like there was this strong impetus to, be back to, to heal, to whatever, all of those things that were blocking and you sort of remove the obstacles. And then, just exactly what you said has happened. I wasn't expecting, I was thinking maybe if I'm lucky, it'll happen towards the end of the program, or I was even thinking maybe I'll be one of the 10% who it doesn't happen to. I was really trying to sort of mentally prepare myself for just not getting too excited. But yeah.
Let me just go ahead and clarify. So the 10% who don't hair growth within 8 weeks, it's not that they don't see it. It'll just be after. So for example, I had clients who do see hair growth, but it's like in 3 months. The program is 2 months. So maybe it's in month 3 or month 4 or 5. And it just depends because we all have different roadblocks, blind spots, and it also takes time on mitigating, right? So there's always a little more, wiggle room for people depending on the season. Like right now we're in the holiday season. And so like, how easy would it be or how difficult is it? And it's all a mental state, right? Like, it's really easy for me to live and go through the holidays, but then the majority of people are like, no, I want to start healing my hair January 1st, not during holidays, right? So it just all depends. But for you, this was not a factor. You didn't care.
No, I was just like, let's go. And yeah, exactly. I just wanted to implement, like, I think that's also having that framework. And I think that 8 weeks it doesn't feel too daunting. It feels like, it's not like committing to something for a year. I mean, I know there are commitments to make for a year and 6 months, so they're kind of lifelong commitments. But in the first instance, it was just you saying like, and also with the diet, just saying 30 days. But even so, it felt like in a manageable time frame, like what if I got to lose 30 days is just 30 days. And yeah, it's not a huge deal. I can do that. I suppose I felt like I can do that. And then when the first pieces of advice came through and I could already see them making a difference, I was like, okay. As I said, the only reason I'm not like leaping around is just because at the end of the day, I'm tired. But on Monday, I was so thrilled. It wasn't what I was expecting. I was just hoping that I'm not going to mess it up. I mean, I guess now that it's happening, I'm just hoping it will just keep happening.
It will, and I don't want to take too much of your time, but yeah, I'm A, very thrilled for you. B, my heart is so ecstatic. When I got your email, I was just like elated, absolutely elated, reading your words and how your doctor found tons of hair growth all over. And because a lot of it's in the back that you can't see or you can't necessarily feel, or you can't, and I get it. For me, it was also in the back and I couldn't see it. And I had to have either my husband or me try to play with the phone to see and take pictures. And it was just so difficult to see the hair growth. But yeah, when it comes, it comes. And when you do it right, it stays. So this is why you're tugging and it's staying. And it wants to stay, just like it wants to heal. This is all biology. Your body wants to heal. So you're nourishing it. You're giving it what it needs. We're taking away all the blind spots and the obstacles. And so now it's just so good for you. I'm ecstatic. I'm just so thrilled and very, very pleased that you get to see results. Imagine in 4 weeks, we'll be towards the end of the year. And then who knows, it'll be more hair growth by then. You know what I mean? And so you're starting the year already healing.
It is incredible. And given that the whole thing, the whole alopecia only really began, I only really noticed it in September. So it's been like this intensive, oh my God, what's happening? How bad is it going to get? Because the dermatologist, when he'd seen how much I'd lost, he was like, prepare yourself. It might, just keep progressing and all of that stuff. My sister's been visiting. She just came to spend the day with me today. And I was telling her obviously all about what I'm doing and all that. She'd heard about it, but how I was cooking and stuff. And yeah, I'm just so grateful for and this structure that you've made for people like me, because really, when I said to the dermatologist, I've been working on my diet, I've been working on my stress, he was so incurious. He wasn't interested in because I guess he can't be, because he's got his cream that he wants to prescribe, but to have someone actually saying this is a complex thing and I'm interested, you're interested in every aspect of our lives, like my life. How is this? It's like I would not have known where to do, what to do, where to turn if it weren't for landing. Thank you for, existing.
And this is the type of success that I want to broadcast to, and I want everyone to know, because it's not just for the lucky ones, it's for anyone who takes action and does the work. Boom. It's like, you want your hair. It's really that easy. You just have to follow the strategy, follow the program, and it's yours. Just like you're seeing. It's barely 3 weeks and you're already seeing so many changes. Any other changes besides the hair growth, of course, which is what we're after, and the low sugar roller coasters that you were on? Any other thing you noticed with your health?
People keep telling me my skin looks really good. I guess one thing is just the kind of energy, although, I am really I'm ready to go and read my book. But I've really noticed just an energy constancy. I was telling my sister about this today, through the day. Whereas before it would be, and I think that must have been to do with fueling myself up with coffee. And I think the blood sugar must have been part of that as well. But this sort of more erratic kind of, these times when I'd just be irritable with my children. And I've noticed I'm just much more even. I feel much more even, actually. And then the weight loss as well, which is it's really stabilized. That freaked me out a little bit at the beginning with the diet, because I was like, whoa, what's happening? But now that's I've lost weight, but I've kind of stabilized to a weight which was actually my weight from 2 years ago. And that's just feels good. I feel more even, I think.
I love this. Who needs A New Year's resolution when you got this.
No, exactly. Yeah. No, but there's some things that you said, some things that I wrote down, like from the videos, which I just really returned to, because I took seriously, like keeping a journal and about, count your blessings, that it's this and not something, that this, and in a way think, thank you, body. It really was like, you're not paying attention. It's like, okay, I'm going to do this. And now you got my attention. And I really needed that reset. I really needed the reset. I feel like I'll look back on this time and like with immense gratitude for this, everything that you said, you've said it far better, but that sort of count your blessings, that it's the warning has come in. It's painless. Okay, it's visual. It's not great for your vanity and stuff, but I think I'm not regret having had this happen to me at this time. But you said that early on, and it really made me cry actually. But I thought that's powerful. So thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I count my blessings every day for alopecia, and most people would probably think I'm crazy. But I think for anyone who's had a diagnosis of any sort and who has overcome it with tenacity, with perseverance, with grit, but then also with, self-love, compassion, and then also finding the right route. Because again, medications are great for certain things, but for alopecia, it doesn't work. It just doesn't. It's not a one size fits all. It's just not going to happen if you do that route. And so when you see all these mistakes that you've been playing and making throughout maybe a portion of your life or maybe your whole life with diet and lifestyle, then it's just like you tweak them and boom, it's just like your body wants to renew itself. It wants to have better skin. It wants to have better hair. It wants to have better everything.
But that's the generosity of the program, I think. It's like that you've taken everything that I know with your trial and error and your determination took you years. Like to do this, it's like taking all of that time and then putting it in a way that strangers can kind of come in and just, take the escalator. So that's incredible, because you could have done that and kept that to yourself. You could that's your journey and leave it. I'm just learning a lot. I've learned so much. It's really profound.
It is. I appreciate you and I appreciate your time. So I will be talking to you again. So you go get some sleep. I appreciate you so much. And thank you for sharing. But there's so much more in store for you. And I can't wait to be a part of that, to see all your milestones.
Oh, it's so kind. And it's so kind to offer this companionship. I think that's the thing as well, like to not feel isolated, to feel like accompanied. That's also like deeply, deeply meaningful. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye. Thank you for listening to the Alopecia Angel podcast, a positive light in healing alopecia. You can do this and we can help. Spread the word that reversing alopecia is possible by telling your friends and family.